Today I'm going to read you the book called Key Trouble. Gran had come to stay. She had presents for the children. She had each brought them a super squirter. Oh no, groaned Dad. A super squirter. That's brilliant, said she. Thank you, Gran. The children went outside to play with the super squatters. Wait for me, called Gran. Mom and Dad watched them. Just look at Gran, sighed Dad. It's like having a naughty girl to stay. Gran had a surprise for Mom and Dad. She had some photo albums. What are these? Asked Dad. Old photographs, said Gran. I thought you might like them. Old photographs of what? Asked Dad. Some of the photographs were of Mom when she was a little girl. Look at Mom, said Biff. She's quite pretty when she was little. And look at Gran, said Chip. She was quite young once upon a time. Biff and Chip went out to play. Gran showed Kipper some more photographs. Here I am when I was a little girl, said Gran. Why is everything gray color? Asked Kipper. Was it like that? Was it all like that in those days? No, laughed Gran. Only the photographs. Kipper put the television on. There was an old film about two men moving a piano. That's funny, he thought. They are gray color too. They are just like Gran's old photographs. The man made Kipper laugh. At last, Kipper turned off the television. He went to find Biff, but she wasn't in her room. Then Kipper saw that the magic key was glowing. Oh no, he thought, I'm all by myself. The magic took Kipper to a strange gray world. Everything is great, thought Kipper. This is like the film I saw on television. Two men were trying to move a piano. They didn't see Kipper. There's no color, said Kipper. I don't like all this gray. I want to go back home. This is a silly adventure. He banged the key on the wall. Take me back, he said crossly, or put some color in this adventure. The men were still pushing the piano. They had to get it through a door. Come and help us, they called. Kipper didn't want to, but he went across to help. We have to take this piano outside, said the big man. Then we have to lift it down some steps, said the little man. Now, we'll take the back, said the big man. And you take the front, said the little man. All right, said Kipper. He squeezed past the piano and got ready to help. When I call pull, you pull, said the big man. Pull, he shouted. Kipper tried to pull the piano. Suddenly it shot forward and slid down the steps. Kipper grabbed the top and jumped on. The piano ran down the street. It went faster and faster. Kipper hung on to the top. Now look what you've done, shouted the big man to the little man. It's not my fault, said the little man. I told you not to push so hard, said the big man. Suddenly, the piano came to a stop. It crashed into a hedge. Kipper flew over the hedge and landed in a soft garden chair. Hey, shouted the big man, look what you've done to our piano. Kipper was cross. This is a silly adventure, he shouted. I hate it. He took the magic key out of his pocket and banged it again. I don't like you, he yelled. I want to go home. Suddenly, the magic key began to glow. The magic took Kipper home. Kipper was pleased the adventure was over. But the adventure was not over. Something had gone wrong. Kipper was gray color. He looked like an old photograph of himself. Oh no, Kipper did not notice this. He put down the magic key, and went to find Biff and Chip. They were in the garden with Gran. They all gasped when they saw Kipper. Oh, said Biff, something's gone wrong. You look great, like an old photograph. At that moment, Mom and Dad came out of the house. "This is terrible," said Chip. "Do something to stop them, Gran. They mustn't see Kipper." "Leave it to me," said Gran. "You take Kipper inside." Gran picked up a super scooter. She ran towards Mom and Dad. "Gran!" shouted Mom. "Don't you dare. We're not in the mood for this." "But I am," laughed Gran. She began to squirt Mom with water. Gran chased Mom and Dad around the garden. Biff and Chip grabbed Kipper by the arms and took him inside. "Good old Gran," said Biff. "Now let's get Kipper upstairs." "Ouch, stop it. What's wrong?" cried Kipper. Kipper looked at himself at the mirror. "It's the key," he said. "I didn't want to go on an adventure. Now the magic has gone wrong." "What do we do?" asked Biff. Kipper began to cry. "I don't want to look like an old photograph," he moaned. Gran came upstairs. "Mom and Dad were not too pleased with me, but I've made them a cup of tea," she said. "You're great," said Chip. "But what can we do?" asked Biff. "We can't let Mom and Dad find out about the magic key." Biff had an idea. "Kipper's clothes look gray," he said. "Get him to change his clothes." Kipper went to his room. He put on a red top. "Oh no," said Chip. "Your top is turning gray. You still look like an old photograph. What's happening to Kipper?" Just then, they heard Dad coming upstairs. "Do something," hissed Biff. "We mustn't let Dad see Kipper." Gran grabbed the sheets from the bed. "Pretend you're playing spooks," she said. "It's dinner time in 10 minutes, said Dad. Dad went back downstairs. He looked cross. "Oh dear," said Mom. "What's the matter?" "It's Gran," said Dad. "Now what she's up to?" asked Mom. "Playing spooks," said Dad. "Whatever will she get up to next?" They're wondering about something. It was time for dinner. Gran and the children came downstairs. "Have you washed your hands?" asked Dad. "And where's Kipper?" asked Mom. "Well, we've made a little surprise for you." Kipper came into the room. Mom and Dad looked at him. "Kipper!" gasped Mom. "Goodness me," said Dad. "Is this your idea of a joke? You look so different," said Mom. "What do you think?" said Biff. "Gran has made him look like an old man in an old film." "We love when Gran comes to stay," said Chip. "Isn't she clever?" Yes," said Dad. Mom frowned at Kipper. "Your mouth is a funny color," she said. "Show me your tongue." "Oh no," whispered Chip. "His tongue is gray." Kipper put out his tongue. "Oh dear," said Mom. "Look at your gray tongue. You must be ill. I'm calling the doctor." After dinner, Mom sent Kipper upstairs. "Put on your proper clothes," she said. "The doctor can see you in half an hour." "Oh no," said Biff. "Now Mom and Dad will find out about the magic. Do something, Gran." "I don't know what to do," said Gran. Kipper went upstairs. Biff and Chip went with him. Kipper picked up the magic key. "I'm sorry," said Kipper. "I didn't mean to be nasty to the key." The key gave a tiny little glow. At that moment, all Kipper's color came back. "I'm glad I don't have to go to the doctor," said Kipper. "The magic worked just in time." "I think it's always going to," said Biff. "You mean it wouldn't have let Mom and Dad find out?" said Chip. "I don't think it would," said Biff. "Do you?"